Okay. Breathe, 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 breathe. Or people that they're not getting jobs because they're not following simple instructions as applying. I can't remember, to be honest. How many minutes is this video now? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, please use that subscribe button. And if you're an existing subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch today's video. My name is Juliet. For those that do not know, I am an HR professional, also commonly known as the HR girl. So I film HR related content, workplace related content, and every other good stuff that can help you in the workplace and also in terms of probably looking for a job and all those nice stuff. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about two things. I'm going to come back. I mean, the last time I did a video on CV was last year, 2023. So it's just fair enough for me to do another video for 2024 to remind you guys, because I'm still saying those things that people are still doing wrongly. However, I feel like if I bring this video to you guys today, it will help you to remember those things that I talked about last year that you should stop doing. Those are your bad character. You need to stop it this year. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. All right, so you guys remember that in the last video, I'm going to link the video somewhere in the description box because I don't want to delve so much into CVs, but then I have told you people a couple of times on those things that you need to remove from your CVs if you are currently applying for a job or looking for a job. Number one, your age should not be found anywhere on your CV. I have explained the reasons why I feel like your age should not be found on your CV if you go back and watch the video in my description box. However, I feel like you sometimes limit yourself whenever you put your age and your date of birth on your CV, because some people, for some reason, they don't like to hire certain age gaps, like we call Gen Zs. And it's not because of anything. Yes, there's that discrimination part and all that, but majorly, some of them have had bad experiences with, we will call the Gen Zs, because when they say things like mental health, this one, that one, that one, but then it's not their fault entirely. So if you put your age on your CV, it even gives you, you're not opportune to even get the, you don't have the opportunity, or how do I put it? You're not opportune to get called for an interview just because you've already shot yourself in the leg. However, you might even be the right candidate and the right fit for the job. Do you understand what I mean? I mean, I don't want to delve so much into my own experience, but I know exactly what I'm saying. So please take out your age and your date of birth from your CV. Another thing I want you to remove from your CV is your local government. I don't care where you're from. I don't want to know that you're from Mbase local government or from a record local government. We do not care. Recruiters don't need this information. If we need these things, whenever you get employed in a company and they need all those details from you, they would ask you. But for recruiters, stop putting your local government and your state of origin on your CV. Number three thing I want you to take out of your CV is your religion. I mean, I don't care if you're a Christian or a Muslim. I just need someone that can do the job, and I need that competence. So take out your religion from your CV. Another thing that I want you to remove from your CV is your full house address. I've said it in my last video. Like I already said, the video is somewhere linked down there. I mean, recruiters are regular human beings, and you don't know who is looking for you to come and kill you or kidnap you. I am telling you the real truth. Now, you put number 5, Ajase, Ajelekoko Street, off, blah, 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 blah. Like, you've put exactly where you're living. Even for security reasons, it is not safe. So take it out of your CV. Just put Abuja, Nigeria, Port Harcourt, Nigeria, Imo, Nigeria. Just put the state that you're living. The highest you can do is just put your local government, but you don't have to put your full house address on your CV. Don't put your family members at risk just because you're looking for a job. I know exactly what I'm saying, so please listen to me and listen to me very well. Another thing I'll talk about is that I want you to remove from your CV is your referees details. Now, I always advise, if I'm helping people to adjust their CVs or do CV reviews, what I always do, if I see your referee, I take their details out and I create another Microsoft document entirely for it. Reason being that Most times it's just best to put reference will be given based on request. Now, the only time people need your referee is when they want to employ you. But CV is just a mode for people getting to interview you. So you don't need to put your reference details. Some of you put your reference, their name, their phone number, their email, where they work, and their full house address. Now, you are not even only exposing yourself, you're also exposing your referees. It is totally wrong. So please remove your referee details from your CV. Another thing I would say that you should remove from your CV is your career objectives. Now, instead of career objectives, please just put everything together in your profile summary. The reason is this: especially for people that already have years of experience, if you already have more than 1 year experience, you should take out career objectives from your CV, because we do not need it. Now, career objective, you're only telling the company what you really want to benefit. You're not telling them what you have to offer them. So it's a red flag. But if you put your profile summary covers entirely everything that you are going to both benefit from the company, and the company is also going to benefit from you. The only reason why you should have your career objective on your CV is if you are a fresh graduate. Probably the only experience you have is your NYSC experience. However, if you have done more than 1 year experience, you should take out your career objective from your CV and just put a profile summary. Yeah, that's it. So guys, like, I just wanted to go back a little bit on CVs, because I feel like these are things that you people are still doing and I want you to stop. However, there was something I saw on Dang on Instagram, and I'm going to read out the thing now, and I'm going to just say what my opinion is regarding that. This has to do with cover letters. Now, she says 2 of the major things that disqualifies applicants that send CV to our company are: number 1, sending in your CV without a cover letter, either as attached or directly in the body of the email. We feel it's quite dismissive to send in a CV while the body of your email says, "Dear hiring manager, find attached my CV." It's fine to skip writing a cover letter only if you are using an online application form that doesn't allow attachment. Otherwise, write a cover letter. We skip through CVs a lot, but we rarely skip one with a catchy cover letter. Number 2, we never hire people who forward CVs from email they are forwarded previously to a potential employer. This is sloppy, lazy, and disrespectful. How do we hire someone who cannot take a moment to reattach their CV to an email? Someone sent it to me and asked me for my opinion. So let's delve right into what my opinion is. Okay, so in order not to make this video too long, what I'm just going to say, I read a lot of people's comments on that post, and I realized that majorly a lot of people were just trying to say that cover letters are not necessary, that just send your CV because the CV already covers everything in your cover letter, blah, blah, blah. Even some people that work with places like Microsoft, Google, they said that they never sent a cover letter when they were applying for their jobs. That's how deep what I saw in the comment section. I'm going to try to put some comments somewhere, maybe on the left or on the right, so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. However, somebody asked me for my own opinion, so this is what I'm going to be saying. Now, cover letters, are they really important? Yes, cover letters are important, but are they necessary? No. So this is like the 2 sides to this thing. It's important, but not necessary at every point in time. Now, when you're applying for a job, please always try to read out the instructions of the application. Some people would say that make sure that you, like, when to apply, write a CV and cover letter and send to so@gmail.com. Now, if the application states that you should write a cover letter, please don't allow your village people to use you. Write a cover letter. Don't tell the hiring manager what you think is important or not. So please, if the job, I posted on LinkedIn some days ago and I was like, sometimes it's not your village people that are stopping you from getting a job. It's just because some of you don't like to listen to instructions because you are too woke, and then you think that, oh, it's not necessary. If a job says write a cover letter and attach your CV, please make sure that you follow through whatever the job application is saying. However, if they do not state it there that you should write a cover letter, if you feel like writing a cover letter, or if you feel like a cover letter is going to be very, very important when you're applying for the job, please go ahead and write a brief cover letter. But make sure that your cover letter is catchy enough, and make sure that you tailor it to the company, their needs. You make sure that you've gone through the organization and you know exactly what they are doing there, you know exactly what they are offering. So make sure that you attach your cover letter and make sure that it captures everything about the organization. So the truth is that cover letters are actually very, very important because it gives a brief to your entire CV, and a catchy cover letter, to be honest, can never be ignored. In as much as Ife is saying here that TheHRGirl is saying that they do not hire people because they don't submit cover letters, I'm not a fan and I do not really agree to that. I mean, if somebody has a good CV and doesn't have a cover letter, you should not disregard the person's CV. But if when they were putting up the job ad, they said write a cover letter, then if you don't write, it means that you simply disobey their instruction and the company has every right not to hire you. But if TheHRGirl did not particularly post and say put a cover letter, then you don't expect a cover letter from me if your job advert did not categorically say that I should bring or write a cover letter. I hope you guys are getting I'm trying to balance this as much as I can so that you're not getting my message in the wrong perspective, especially for people that are currently seeking for a job or people that are trying to transition to another job. So guys, however, if the job instruction does not particularly state that you should write a cover letter when you're applying, another thing I'm going to touch on is those of you that actually send your CVs without putting a subject of the mail. I posted something on LinkedIn the other day and I was talking about how that some of you do not listen to little instructions as simple as use the role you're applying for as subject of the mail. Some of you still end up sending your CVs and you don't put any subject of the mail. Now, don't forget that as recruiters, sometimes recruiters might be hiring for 10 roles at the same time. So for instance, if you're applying for a business development manager and you not put business development manager as subject of the mail, trust me, the recruiter, especially if being done manually, might not know what exactly you're applying for. So when they're trying to do the sieving of the CVs, when they're trying to like check and everything through the mails, they might not particularly know which role you're applying for. So it's just very important that you help recruiters to help yourself by following every instruction that is given in the job application. So something as little as using the role as subject of the mail is something that you cannot ignore because it is very, very, very important and very critical. Now, there are some of you that you will not use subject of the mail, you will not use anybody. Now, what our advice is, even if you're not going to be writing a cover letter, please try as much as possible to have a body to your letter. Okay, something as simple as, dear hiring manager, I saw your application on so and so, and I'm applying for the role of a business development manager. I would appreciate if I'm considered for this role. Thank you for the blah 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 and kind regards. As short as 5 lines will make a lot of sense, because some of you, the way you apply for jobs, you do not apply as though you really need this job. I understand that applying for job hunting can be very, very difficult and tasking. However, it does not mean that you should not be sloppy about doing what you're doing, because I mean, it does not even help the recruiters to even know how to help you. I mean, sometimes people reach out to me on LinkedIn saying that they're looking for a job and they're not getting calls for an interview, this and that and that. While I understand that Nigeria can be sometimes stressful when it comes to the labor market, however, the first question I always ask is, are you sure that you are applying and you are doing things the way it should be done to make sure that you are actually qualified enough to get the job? Some will say yes and some will say, okay, I mean, I need to fix this and this and this and that, and then they end up fixing it, and then some people come back and say, oh Juliet, thank you very much, I got a job with so and so. So those little things actually helps, and it helps the recruiter as well as it also helps you. So when you make those little adjustments, trust me, you would actually have reasons to testify. Amen, amen. So another thing that Ife said here is that let me get it. Another thing that Ife said here is that we never hire people who forward CVs from the email they are forwarded previously to an employer. This is sloppy, lazy, and disrespectful. How do we hire someone who cannot take a moment to reattach their CV to an email? Now, this is actually very, very important and something that cannot be ignored. You cannot just forward your application from one email to another and then you don't do the necessary adjustment and the attachment. It's actually very, very sloppy and it's not even nice. Like when recruiters see these things, there are ways they would not take you seriously. So you cannot consistently be looking for a job or looking to transition to another job and you're not doing things the right way. So this particular video is just really to help you guys, not to confuse you, but to convince you on the way to actually do things right whenever you're applying for a job. Sometimes it might not necessarily be your village people, it might just be you not doing things the right way that you should actually be doing things. So please follow every instruction properly. Anyways guys, I believe that this video has actually helped in such a way that you know exactly what to do whenever you're applying for your next job. Now, are cover letters necessary? No. Are they important? Yes. However, it's subject to whatever the instruction of the job advertisement is all about. So please make sure that you go through the job advert and ensure that you adhere to every instruction given. And this is definitely going to help you in applying for your next job. I hope that this video has helped you guys, and I hope that this is going to make a lot of sense to you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that when you watch this video, you learn one or two things, and you might come back to this comment section to actually tell me thank you for this video. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I do catch you on the next one. It's your favorite HR girl. I'll see you guys pretty soon. Bye. Cut that rubbish.